All right, Shalom. It's the brother Thawan from the GMS Indianapolis camp, coming at you with another lesson. As always, want to start out by giving all praises, all glory, all honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash. Double honors to our apostles and others, great millstone who do it well. And peace and salutations to you, hopeful elect brothers out there pushing this word and 100% truth and sincerity to wake up the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. That's like there's like some little background noise. There's an air conditioner going on, so if you can't, just bear with me. But today's lesson is and actually here recently I've been getting like a large, like a good amount of mass shooting type of notifications come across via a news break to my phone. There's been like an uptick in them here recently within like the past month and a half or so. So this one in particular happened in Iowa. But like I said, this article is from a news break. So I'm gonna read through this article a little bit and then get a couple scriptures, and Lord willing, it'll be edifying. But like I said, this is an article from Newsbreak. It's still from Newsbreak, but it's here on Radio Iowa. And it says, mass shooting in eastern Iowa town leaves 7 family members dead. And like I was saying earlier, man, I've been getting like a lot of notifications recently about like mass shootings going on, which has always been a thing here in America, but I feel like it's been a little uptick here recently. And with the times that we're coming into, these things are gonna be the complete normal. All right. But like I said, let me read a little bit of this article, and I'm going to grab a few scriptures. It says, multiple law enforcement agencies are investigating a mass shooting in Muscatine on Monday that left 7 people dead, including 2 children. There were 6 victims, and the gunman took his own life when confronted by police. It says Muscatine Police Chief Anthony Kice says 52-year-old Ryan Willis McFarland of Muscatine shot and killed 4 family members at a home on Park Avenue and 2 others in separate locations. It says officers located McFarland on the riverfront trail Slovakia, near the pedestrian bridge. Kai says while talking to Ryan Willis McFarland, he took his own life. Officers and EMS personnel rendered aid. However, he pronounced deceased at the scene. He was pronounced deceased at the scene. It says police later discovered the 5th victim at a home on Mill Street and the 6th victim at a business on Grandview Avenue. The chief police says they're working on a motive. The preliminary investigation indicates that shooting stems from a domestic dispute, Kai says. At this time, all victims are to be believed to be family members of the deceased. The Muscatine Community School District says 2 of the victims were students and 2 were district employees. Counselors would be available, but that's the whole point of the article. So pretty much this guy Ryan Willis McFarland, he pretty much went on a little spree, all right, here in Iowa, and had 7 victims, which from basing it off the article, these were all family members of his, man. So they had some type of domestic dispute going on, and his answer to that was killing the family members and then offing himself at the end. All right, I'm not sure what nation what tribe this guy was from, or if he was a heathen or whatnot. But hey, like I said, man, the times that we're coming into, all right, these mass killings that you're seeing going on, people offing their family members and often like random people in the streets and things like that, mass amount of people, these are going to become the new norm here in Babylon, man. All right, because we all understand that the day of the Lord is going to be a great and terrible day. All right, but I'm gonna start here in the book of Matthew real quick. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 12. It says this is the old faithful. It says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right, so we all know, all right, that the iniquity, iniquity, all right, it is abound right now. All right, iniquity here in Babylon is being pushed to the forefront. All right, You got to understand that what at Babylon, aka America, pretty much this whole world right now was given over unto the devil, Esau, Edom's hand. All right, the so-called white man. All right, so obviously, with his power, he's choosing to push forth iniquity. All right, which is we as we know is sin upon sin. All right, so in through the effect of that sin upon sin being pushed forth is what the love of many waxing cold. All right, and nowadays, all right, people's how do I say this, the value of life isn't really the same as it used to be, man. All right, because back when I was growing up, I'm 28 now. All right, but back when I was growing up, people had some sort of care for others. I guess I would say, or and people actually value other people's lives. But I feel like after like 2012, 2013, that shit started going out the window, man. All right, once that trap music and that drill music started going getting pushed out there, all right, people just stopped caring. All right, and we understand that all this is prophecy, man. It's supposed to happen according to the scriptures, man. All right, it said the love of many shall wax cold. So people don't care about little Johnny and little Timmy no more, man. People is not gonna care about little Pookie and little Ray Ray, man. People is out here getting slain. All right, and like I said, the times that we're coming into, what these things are going to be amplified, man. All right, the scriptures tell you that the time we're coming into is like a time that's never before seen. All right, and here, on this earth, we done seen some grueling and gruesome times, man. All right, but guess what? The time that we're coming into, they can't even the things that we've seen before can't even be compared unto it, man. All right. So what? That love of many, yes, it's waxing cold, and it's gonna get worse. All right, because right now people still have the ability, or what they think to have is a free will. All right, people still think they got some sort of free will. All right, they can leave their houses and go on vacations and go to stores and shit like that. And guess what? The love of many is still waxing cold, but it's gonna get worse once people lose the luxury of doing what they want to do per se. All right, or when these storehouses start to become empty, man. These stores, all right, there starts to become less food on the shelves, man. All right, inflation goes up and people can't provide for their family. Guess what? This shit is gonna get worse, man. All right, what does it say in Second Esdras, man? For the lack of bread, I'm gonna put it up. I actually already got it pulled up, but I'm gonna start in the point is in verse 19, but I'm gonna start up here in verse 14. It says Second Esdras chapter 15 and verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands." All right, and you can see this can pop off at any given time, man. Cause what here recently, we've been seeing people post shit like what they got black fatigue or white fatigue, and then you got here recently where the I believe they were either Moabites or Ammonites. I believe there was Moabites that where they killed the 14-year-old boy for so-called stealing out their store, which he really didn't even steal nothing. They just wanted a reason to kill him, but they killed this 14-year-old boy in cold blood, and then the judge acquitted him. Right? They let him off. All right, and found him not guilty. So you got Jake was and still is in an uproar about that, man. So people is ready for a race war to pop off, man. All right, that can pop off at any given time. All right, because these nations and these people, what they hate each other, man. All right, it says here in verse 16, for there shall be sedition amongst men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And like I said, man, throughout recent history, what you can see little inklings of these things happening throughout society. Like when I read the scripture, what we had here in a recent memory, CK, what he got shot in his neck, man, right there in front of a large crowd of people, and I wouldn't consider him to be a king or a prince, but he was someone that was viewed pretty high in Babylon's society. He was someone that was held to a high regard. I should say he had a large following or a cult type following, man. And what what it said, for there should be some sedition amongst men, and sedition amongst men goes into uprising or revolts, and that's a form of revolting, man. All right. And it says, in invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor their princes. So people is not gonna care about what type of status, all right, you hold in today's society, man. All right, hey, your money that's protecting you, it's not gonna protect you anymore, man. All right, because what the thing that's separating you from the poor, all right, obviously is your money. That's your security blanket. All right. And once the money loses its value, there goes your security blanket, man. All right, you can't hide yourself no more. All right. So you're gonna start to see a lot more of these things pop off, where people are going against these politicians and all types of things, man, and going crazy on them. All right, and like I said, this is all prophecy, man. All these things that you hear brothers speak about, whether it be on the highways and byways or on video epistles, is all prophecy, man. All these things are written aforetime. What? All right. It says here in verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right, and like I was saying earlier, we see little inklings of the scriptures play out throughout history before they fully come forth and be executed. All right, we saw what and during the C 19. I'm not sure if you can still say that or not, but during that time, a lot of major cities and things like that, they were instilling a curfew. All right, and you had to abide by it, or your ass was going to jail, man. All right, it don't take much for these scriptures that we read. It don't take much for them to pop off and change. Hey, shit can change in an instant, man. All right. It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. All right. And the point that I was trying to get to here in verse 19, it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with a sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right. So like I was saying, man, years ago, people had some type of moral compass, or they value life, and if somebody did get shot or something, people had pity for them. But in the times that we're coming into, there's not gonna be a such thing as pity. All right, you ain't gonna have time to have pity for someone, because you're gonna be too busy worried about your own back, man. All right. It says, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. So not only do you not have pity anymore, you're the one out there doing the destroying, man. All right. Why? Because you trying to provide for whether your family, whether it be your wife, your kids, parents, or something like that. So that you're not gonna have that pity. You're gonna be out there with the sword, all right, slaying them. Like I said, this is all prophecy. This is how it's supposed to happen. All right, it says, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So, like I was saying earlier, man, these people don't even um take into consideration that these little things that they do throughout their daily lives, like go to the store to grab groceries and things like that, can change within a snap of a finger, man. All right, and once that happens, then you're gonna start to see people acting off their natural instincts, man. All right, hey, these niggas out here is gonna be acting primal, man, like fucking animals. All right, and that's how it's supposed to go according to the scriptures, man. All right, if somebody got a off this person to get a loaf of bread to feed little Johnny, guess what that's what they gonna do. All right, this is all prophecy, man. Like I was going into earlier, these mass shootings and things like that you see, all right, going on, they're gonna be amplified in that time, man, because we're coming into a time like never before seen. All right, so what? Hey, if you ain't got the Lord on your side, and he's not protecting you in that day, then hey, you damn near cooked, man. All right, the scriptures tell you that the righteous are scarcely going to be saved. So where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? What you have? These people have no chance in hell, man. All right, that's how crazy the times that we're coming into are going to be. That the righteous are going to scarcely make it. All right, the ones that are out there on the highways and byways, faithfully week in and week out, man, prophesying into the wind. They're scarcely gonna make it, even though they put their life on the line. All right, that should let you know how serious the times that we're coming into are gonna be. All right, a time like never before seen. All right, and like I said, hey, it's a quick lesson, but like I said, I've been seeing these mass shootings happen more and more frequently here recently. So I decided to do a lesson on it. All right. So Lord willing, this was edifying to somebody out there. I always want to give all praises, all glory, honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Kakodash. Double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do real well. And peace and salutation to you, hopeful like brothers out there pushing this word and 100% truth and sincerity to look up the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.